Welcome back, everyone, to Health Builds Wealth, the podcast that is normalizing healthy conversations to empower us all to own our health and our wealth in order to embrace a greater way of living. Because that's truly what we're all here trying to figure out on a day to day basis how to get better, be better. And I think in order for us to own it, we first got to normalize having healthy conversations. So my name is Aaliyah. I'm your host for the night, and I'm super thrilled to get into our topic today, which is truly understanding the challenges of stepping out of your comfort zone. I think we've all been in a place where we've wanted to try something new, start something new, or just be a part of something that we've never been a part of, and just like the fear in our minds, the fear of what other people may think, the fear of like messing up, the fear of not being good. So many fears come about, and I think that's supernatural. It is supernatural, and I think that some people may not know that it's supernatural. What may not be natural to us is how we go about those fears and how we kind of talk ourselves out of the uncomfortableness that comes from challenges that we face in life and coming out of our comfort zone. Growth is uncomfortable, but it's literally the key to life. And just a little secret in case nobody kind of told you, but like change, right? Change is the only thing that is consistent in our lives. So, with that being said, and us being aware and understanding that change is the only thing that is going to be consistent in our lives, it is going to be a constant challenge of us kind of like growing to be able to overcome these challenges and kind of like step out of our comfort zone, which can be fearful, which can be challenging, which can be not the easiest. In 2025, we are leaving our comfort in 2024. If you haven't left your comfort, it's okay. It's January. We got 11 months ahead of us, but listen, in 2025 and every year after this, okay? We're like mid into the decade. We're leaving comfort behind us. Why? Because change and comfort cannot coexist. It just can't, right? In order for you to change, you can't be comfortable. And in order for you to be comfortable, you don't have to change. So it's like, which one do you want? Do you want to change and grow and evolve and empower and be great? Or do you just want to be comfortable and mediocre, standard, stagnant, right? And you can. Those are choices. The beautiful thing about life is that we have choices. But if we're going to own our health and we're going to own our wealth, we have to understand that it's going to cause for us to have to change. It's going to cause for us to have to get out of our comfort zone. What does that even look like? Change, comfort, right? It sounds so cliche, but it looks different every single day. And that's something that I really want to emphasize because I've been on the journey of change. I'm still on the journey of change and growth. I'm growing every single day. I'm learning every single day. I'm intentional every single day with making sure that I'm not in my comfort zone, right? And every day can be different. And I think that we're so hard on ourselves because we set a plan, we set an intention, we set a goal, we even write it in our planners, and we tend to be like discouraged when things don't look the same as it did the day before, or it doesn't look like how we intended it to be. But change and comfort is a process, it's a journey, okay? Like they say, Rome was not built in a day. It took years, it took days, it took hours, and every single day didn't look the same because there's seasons to life. Some days may rain, some days may snow, some days may be sunny, some days may be windy. And no matter, we don't have control of these things, right? Life just lives and it just happens. And on the journey of trying to change and trying to grow, it's not going to look the same every single day. So I really want to emphasize that because on my journey, I felt really like discouraged because I'm like, I'm not doing it how I'm supposed to be doing it. I need to be like this. Like Literally, I remember there was a time that I used to have a timer for every hour of the day. Like my day was planned, and every hour of the day I had it scheduled. And there would be days that like I'm behind, or there would be days that something happened and I couldn't do this, or I needed to do this a certain way, and that would discourage me. And sometimes we're super hard on ourselves, and that's great to be hard on yourselves because you want greater growth and you want greater change and you want more for yourself, right? But you also have to, you get to be grateful. You get to be present. You get to enjoy the process, and you get to do the best that you can with what you got, okay? So even if it means just working out 30 minutes, even if it means drinking one more bottle of water than you usually do, even if it means just complimenting people when you see them, even if it means just any little small thing that you can do, you do the best with what you got. Okay, so that's something that I definitely want to emphasize in the change and growth journey. It can look different every single day, so don't be discouraged. Enjoy it, embrace it, have fun with it. That's the only way you're gonna get through it. That's the only way I get through it, is if I'm having fun with it. Because listen, life be lifing, and that's just with all of us, and we don't have no control of that. But what we do have control is ourselves and how we react and how we respond. There's this little saying from Brian Tracy, who is a mentor that you can look up on YouTube. He's somebody that I used to kind of study when I was on my personal development journey. And the saying goes, you cannot grow if you are willing to feel you can only grow if you are willing to feel awkward and uncomfortable when you are trying something new. Okay? Amazing. If you're somebody who's looking to grow your mentality, grow yourself, grow your mentality so that you can grow in your actions, and you may feel like you're alone, or you may feel like other people are not on this journey with you, and you just like feel like you need encouragement or motivation, I would definitely say tune in to Brian Tracy, tune in to Jim Rohn. Those are some really great, even Bob Proctor. Those are some great personal development, free mentorship that you can get on YouTube that'll really help you kind of change your mindset so that you can think greater, in order for you to operate better, in order for you to kind of just get through the process of growing and changing every single day. Now, look, you have the choice to change and you have the choice to just stay in your comfort zone. But let me just explain to you guys why it's really, truly important to change. Because if you're not pushing yourself to think differently, to act differently, to see things differently, what happens is we tend to miss opportunities. And I think that we are all on this journey of life seeking greater opportunities for greater experiences, for greater just life, right? A greater life. And a lot of times when we're not developing ourselves mentally, emotionally, physically, environmentally, it kind of causes for us to miss opportunities. We tend to miss these opportunities because we're not working on ourselves in order to be aware of the opportunities that are in front of us. And a lot of times, I don't know if you ever heard this saying, they say if you change the way you think, you change the way you if you change the way you see things, the things that you see will change, right? And that just comes from a level of awareness. If you change the way that you think, which comes from personal development, which comes from pushing yourself to grow, which comes from pushing yourself to get out of your comfort zone, the things that you are seeing are going to change. Because now that you're not in this like box or circle or whatever shape you want to be in, okay? Whatever it is, your house, your home, whatever, this box, if you're in this box and all you see is these four corners, and that's all you're going to see. But if you start to think, okay, what's outside of that? What's beyond that? What's there? You start to change what you see, and that starts to bring greater opportunity. And that's just the start, right? That's just the start. A lot of times we're like, I need change. I need something new. I need like new energy, new friends, new environment. The first step is to change you. Change the way you think. Change the way you see things so that the things that you're seeing start to change. right? So that's a little tip. Like, no matter where you're at in the journey of life, I'm pretty sure you're like, yo, I need to change this. I want more of this. I need more of this. I need to figure out how to do this. The how is not up to you, okay? The how is up to the universe. But what is up to you is how you see things. And it starts with you. Just taking the step of doing things a little bit differently in a more greater way, in a more like growth way, kind of, you know? And I know that a lot of the times when we take the steps within ourselves to start making a change and start like doing things differently than what we usually do, going outside of our comfort zone, going outside of our friends, going outside of what we know, going outside of our family, going outside of just what we know. We know what we know, right? And you don't know what you don't know, also, which is what's important, which is why we're here normalizing healthy conversations in order for us to own our health and our wealth, to empower us to have a better life and live a greater way, is because we don't know what we don't know. And we must have these conversations in order to know what is out there and know what we don't know in order to be better and understand how to like seek opportunities and have the mindset for it. But what I'm trying to say is that when we then take the action to like change and like start doing things out of the norm, fear of judgment can come because it's like I'm already uncomfortable with what I'm trying to do, and then the people that know me for who I was, and it's like I'm trying to become this person that is in my mind that I've never even reached there. And a lot of the times the goal or the opportunity that you're looking for may be so further than people's understanding, especially the people that are around you. And it's not even to their understanding. A lot of times, the idea and the thoughts and the gifts and the visions that are put in your head were specifically given to you because we're all unique. We're all unique, right? Let's just back up because I have something that I want to say and I hope that I can bring it all together. But like, let's just back up, right? First, we are all unique. We all bring an authentic vibe, energy, um, I want to say value, but I'm just gonna say like an authentic vibe that we bring. We all bring something authentic to this world, okay? No one can be you and you cannot be anybody, right? Everyone has specific gifts that we all bring put together and just creates greatness. That's why they say if you want to go far, go alone. If you want to go alone. If you want to go far, go with people, right? Go with a team because we all have gifts, but to bring our gifts together is just something that's like brilliant. But what I'm trying to say is that like the ideas and the thoughts that you have sometimes may be so much greater than what people can understand because it wasn't given to them. Those ideas and those thoughts weren't given to them. They were given to you for you to carry out. And a lot of times we discourage ourselves because we're trying to share it with people that like the idea never went through their head. So it's like they're like, yeah, that sounds cool, or they'll probably give you like a response that you weren't looking for. You wanted like this encouragement and this excitement, and that can be discouraging and it could be fearful and it could be daunting because it's like, damn, like people don't see what I'm doing. Maybe what you start doubting yourself because this person is doubtful of what you're doing, but you have to understand that they weren't given that idea or that thought or that gift. You were, right? Because we're all authentic and we each individually have a gift. And I just want to emphasize that because we can get lost in our journey and we can get tricked out of our spots all because we don't understand the authenticity of each individual that we are. We each have a purpose in this life. And I truly believe that life is about embracing and uncovering our purpose, the whole journey, enjoying the journey of like really molding our purpose. So I say that to say that it can be very fearful or very like scary or uncomfortable when we're sharing our ideas or when we are taking action to like act on this new way of being because other people may not see what it is that you're trying to do and they may make you feel like what is that person doing or is this person trying to be better. And I'm telling you from experience, the things that I'm talking to you about are things that I wish that I had I could afford a mentor or that I had the guidance or just the community to really have these conversations. I've had to find them in different ways, and I'm really grateful, which is what encouraged me to be like, yo, I need to be the person that's talking about these things and normalizing these healthy conversations, because I found myself going out of my comfort zone, wanting more for myself, being exposed to things that not even my parents have ever even seen a day in their lives. So imagine my friends, or imagine the people that I grew up with, or my family, right? And people like shaming me, making me feel like what I'm doing is crazy, or like if I'm crazy, or like I'm abnormal. And that was very discouraging, because now I had to make sacrifices. Like, it's either my vision that I truly believe in and I really love and I really want, or staying in this comfort level to make you be okay with me and who I am. And that's not even who I am, because the person that you are comfortable with is comfort me, and comfort me is not happy here. Comfort me is tired of this. Comfort me wants discomfort, but I'm trying to get to discomfort, and it's a little uncomfortable because yeah, I could push myself, but then now I got to deal with the way you looking at me, and the real is, who cares what other people say? But that's so much easier said than done. It took me years to be in front of this camera to be like, yo, who cares what people think? Because even when I was starting this podcast, I'm like, who am I to even start talking about healthy conversations? Like, people are gonna be like, this girl swears she knows what she's talking about. And I'm like, who cares what these people think? It's about you and what was given to you and what feels good for you and what you want to do, because it was given to you, Aaliyah. You do that and you walk in that discomfort. And I just want to be a walking testimony to anybody who wants to do something different, wants to go outside of their comfort zone, wants to try something different. And it may be uncomfortable. And then, okay, granted, you get out of the comfort zone and you start doing it, but then people are looking at you. And now you got to make the sacrifice of deciding you, new you, uncomfortable you, that's like feels empowering, versus comfort you that just feels like stagnant and it just doesn't feel right. And it's like, sometimes we gotta leave people where they're at. And it doesn't mean cutting these people off completely. It doesn't mean like ghosting them. It doesn't mean being rude or making them feel less. It just means explaining to them, look, I'm on this. You don't have to explain anything to anybody, but what I've noticed and what I've learned in my journey is that when you explain to people what is it, where you're at, what you're tired of, and what you're working towards, at first they're gonna talk, because that's how people got. They got so much time on their hands. They're so comfortable in their lives. They got time. They're gonna talk about it. That's just nature. Like, we do that all the time. We talk about celebrities and the things that they do, and it's like they're just living in their purpose and whatever God put in, or the universe put in their minds, right? And we talk about it all the time. But like, yeah, like, let them talk. Like, it doesn't mean you gotta cut them off, but it just means explaining to them, like, yo, this is what I'm on. And then after they start talking, they'll have to respect it. Why people start respecting it? Because you really walking in it. And the only way, I'm gonna be real with y'all, because I've been through the process, the only way people are gonna respect you in your discomfort is if you keep attacking it, is if you keep pushing yourself, is if you keep reminding yourself, you keep developing yourself, you keep owning it, right? You keep owning it, because at some point they're gonna be like, damn, this girl's not playing games. Like, she's dead serious. She really wakes up every day at 5 a.m. to go to the gym before she goes to work, and comes out of work and cooks and makes sure that she records and she edits, and she's dropping these videos every week, and she's showing up, and she's, yo, maybe what she's saying might be some real ish. And then that's when they tune in just to see what you're doing. And now you got a viewer. And even if it's just one viewer, it feels good, because the goal is for you to do something you've never done before, to see a result you've never seen before, right? I've never seen a view on a podcast because I've never done this before, but I'm doing it and I'm uncomfortable. I mean, I'm uncomfortable and I'm trying it, and I'm not caring what people think, and I'm gonna do it. And those same people that are just like that, like, kind of hurt me, that they're looking at me differently, or have distanced themselves from me, or judge me, or made me feel like when I explain something, like they didn't give me that support that I was looking for, are going to be the same ones tuning in, like, yo, what is this girl talking about? Because she don't let up. And that's what I want for all of us. I want us to all not let up in 2025, to show up and show out, right? To show up in our discomfort, show up in our discomfort, because when we're in discomfort, we can identify other people in discomfort. And when you start to change the way you see things, the things you see start to change, and you start to realize, oh snap, that person's in their journey. And you start to realize you're not alone in this journey. It may feel lonely, but you're not alone. You're not. There's other people on this journey too. They're just locked in with their head down. They're like, yo, I don't care who's in front of me. I'm gonna go get it. And that's what I want us, for all of us, to have a healthy life, healthy way of operating, and a healthy way of like kind of handling challenges. So I wanted to really highlight that because I've been through it. I've lost a lot of friends for choosing to want to be better, but also not really knowing how to explain to them, and kind of just being like, well, if you're not what I'm on, if you're not on what I'm on, then I'm good off of you. And that's not the right way to go about it, because we need people at the end of the day. Even if they're not on the journey that we are on, we need people. We're social beings. And yeah, so I wouldn't go about it that way, but I've been through the process of being like, if you're not on what I'm on, I'm good on you. And that's a little discouraging. Like, then you're not gonna have nobody on your side, because it's like, bro, not everybody sees what you see. Not everybody wants what you want. So that's my little advice. You know what I also learned through my fear stage is that a lot of the times when we are fearful of like judgment, it has to do with like the desire of like wanting to be approved. And that may come from wanting to be great. And I'm telling you guys, because I'm like a perfectionist, I don't want to do things unless they're like top notch. Like, I didn't even want to do this podcast because I ain't even got no pillows and no cue cards. But I'm like, girl, we're going to get there. And it's about building, like literally health builds wealth. We're building, we're enjoying the journey. So with that being said, it's like, we're just going to go for it, and we're just going to be audacious, and we're going to show up, and we're going to do the best that we can. And we're not going to care what people think, and we're going to grow, and we're going to be better. I'm literally doing that here, like in real time. But a lot of times, what I've learned, it comes from the desire of wanting to have approval. I know that may sting, because when I read it and I understood that, I was like, dang, I do want to be approved. I want to be approved as the greatest woman to come out of the Bronx, New York, that literally elevated her mindset so much that she elevated her family and the people around her, and elevated communities and other people. I want to be the greatest at doing that. But it's like, all right, girlfriend, people are not going to approve you right away, because it's like these people know you for little old Aaliyah that like used to love going out, love just staying out late, didn't have no routine, didn't have no commitment, wasn't a person of her word, showed up whenever she showed up, was late all the time, didn't care. I was a free spirit. And now I'm like, intentional. How you do one thing is how you do everything. We're not playing no games. I used to play games back then. So how can I expect for people that know me and accepted me as the game player to see me now as the approver? Like, you got to approve me to be the greatest health speaker that came from the Bronx. No, it doesn't work like that. Like, it doesn't work like that. One, respect is earned. So if you want people to approve you and respect what it is that you're doing, work on it. And I'm telling you from experience, like, I'm telling you, once you start working on it and you commit to it and you go through it, you don't gotta explain to people like the hardship. You can, but like once you go through it, people are gonna be like, yo, she's serious, and they start to respect it. You feel me? They don't gotta accept it, but they start to respect it. So I just want to leave out with that. So yeah, I just want to say that. And I also want to say that people's opinions are just a reflection of them. So lead with that. Be yourself. But understand what people say and what people do is a reflection of them. It has nothing to do with you. And when you start to play the game of life of understanding, okay, like, all right, like anything anybody says or anything anybody does is a reflection of them, you start not to take things personal. And when you don't take things personal, you're just flowing in your flow state. And when you're flowing in your flow state, things just attract to you, things just come to you, you just operate. Opportunities come, your mindset changes, your flow changes, and it just gets better. I'm telling you because I've been through it, and I want you to go through it, and I'm pretty sure many people have gone through it. But we're here to normalize it. We're here to normalize it and hear it over and over to remind ourselves, like, yo, why do I care what people think? Why am I so comfortable here? Why am I not taking the steps? Like, why am I not utilizing my time right now to do the things that I say that I want to do? Like, how many times you scrolling on Instagram and you see somebody going somewhere, doing something, or have something that you want? Or for example, for me, you know how many times I scroll on Instagram and I see like reels and I'm like, this is my life. Like I could literally be an influencer. And it's just like, why are you not? Why are you not posting? Why are you not doing reels? Why are you not, right? Because I care about what people are gonna think, because I feel like, oh, my editing skills are not the best, but my lifestyle is there, but I won't post because I feel like my edits are not there. So now I'm missing out on opportunities on Instagram to get paid extra stream of income, extra networking, because I care what people think. Look at me. No, like cut it out. Cut it out. Okay? The comments underneath for the people that are not supporting you, that's a reflection of them. They're unhappy that your video is hitting and that you actually did it, even if the edits suck. This is me talking to me. But literally, like 2025, we're not caring what people think. We're not caring what anyone says. We're just doing it. We're having audacity. Remember I said that first episode? We're having audacity. We're having audacity and we're reframing our minds, okay? We're reframing our minds that judgment is a sign of progress. Because think about it, people are only gonna judge us unless we're progressing. Because if we were still doing the same thing that they accepted us for, which they've been accepting us for all this time, and now that we're going out of the norm, they're looking at us like, who you think you are? You can't do that. Who, like, oh no, you should do it this way. It's a sign of progress that you're changing, progress that you're growing. And that's the whole goal here, is to grow and to change, to seek the opportunities that we seek, to empower ourselves, to be better, to own our health and to own our wealth, because we can do it. There's nothing out there that we cannot attain, that we cannot attract, that we cannot have. It's just about putting in the work and enjoying the journey and committing and doing it for a long time. So we're going to reframe our mindsets as judgment for growth, right? It's a sign of progression. Literally, we're progressing. So that's the new challenge. Whenever you get judged, you're like, oh, I'm progressing here. That's what we're gonna do. So now that we got the mindset out of the way and we kind of got like the little challenges out of the way, right? Like the mindset, we're gonna have to change. We're gonna have to get into discomfort. We're gonna have to understand that what we've been doing is not what's going to take us to where we're trying to get to, because if it was, we'd already be there, right? Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. The reality is, if you want the results that you never had, you've got to do things you've never done, okay? Now that we've got the mindset and we've got the challenges out for growth and change, we got to attack it. We got to attack it. Start small. You don't have, like, for example, the beginning of this year, I set an intention to change everything. My routine, my the way I was eating, the way that I was gonna dress, all these things. I had all these, like, I'm gonna change all of this, right? And I had it planned or whatever. But the reality is, that's not realistic. Like, if you're somebody that wants to go to the gym and you barely even go to the gym now and you're like, I'm gonna go before work, you probably are going to go before work for the first few days. And then after a while, it's going to mess with you because it's uncomfortable. Something's going to happen. Like, it's just natural. With every intention, there's disruption, guys. With every intention, there's disruption. So if you find a disruption in your intention, you're in progress. You're in progress. Okay, that's a good thing. Life is a game. And once you start to learn how to play the game, you start to be like, I see you. I know where I'm at. All right, cool. Check. Next. What's next? What's the next challenge? What's the next disruption? What's this? Oh, you got an opinion? Say less. That's just a reflection of who you are. Oh, you judging me? Oh, say less. That's just a reflection of progression. Like, you just start playing the game. You just start checking it off. Have fun with it. But take small steps and be realistic, right? Be realistic. Take small steps. Choose actions that are slightly uncomfortable. Start a little bit uncomfortable. And then once you start getting comfortable with getting uncomfortable, you're like, oh yeah, I could do that. I could have uncomfortable conversations with my family, or I could, anything, right? Remember in the first episode, I talked about your mind. I talked about your environment. I talked about relationships. I talked about your financials, your mental. I don't know what else. Your food and your activities. Right. I think it's six. So I may have said one double, but these six factors, right, are the six key components of life. You attack them all individually, synchronized, right? It's hard, but you attack them each for you to grow in your life, and they all work together to help your life be better. But start small, right? So whatever it is that you need to change, whether it's with family, finance, your health, your activity, the way you eat, your your mindset, whatever it is that you feel like you need to change and you need to like get into an uncomfortable stage for you to see different results, start small. Don't give yourself this big old list about everything that you're going to change or this drastic change and it's not realistic. Like small, start small. Literally just start small. I wanted to say something, but like success is, I've read something before and it said success are the small steps that you take repeatedly over time. And that's where people lack and get tricked out of their spot because they'll be consistent, but how consistent can you be over time? You ever see that picture on Instagram of the guy like digging to the gold and he's like in this hole and it's like he digged all the way and the gold is right here, but then there's this wall and he gets tired and he stops. It's like how long? Basically, success is you taking small steps every single day until you reach your goal. Even if it takes 10 years, 5 years, 5 days, 10 days, whatever it is, 50 days, 50 months, it's you taking small steps every single day for a long period of time. And the long period of time is not up to you. Time is not something that we can control, right? Another thing that I learned is that success is when, or luck is when preparation and opportunity meet. So if you're already prepared and the opportunity is there, success comes. But a lot of times people be like, oh, you're lucky. No, I wasn't lucky. I was preparing for this the whole time. And when the opportunity came, I was ready. So that's what success is. Start small. Do small steps every single day. Prepare yourself every single day to be a little bit more uncomfortable than what you was the day before. Okay? Until the opportunity presents itself. Because when the opportunity presents itself, you're already prepared. You already know what it is to be uncomfortable. You've been doing it for however long it took for the opportunity to come, right? But don't give up on yourself. There's going to be seasons of life. There's going to be seasons of people, seasons of events, seasons of ups and downs. And it's like, you got to show up every single day and persist every single day because the time is not up to us. And the more that you practice, the more confident you get, right? Like you ever do something for the first time, you're like, oh, it wasn't even that hard. Or like you ever try something and you feel empowered, like, wow, I could do that again. That's what discomfort is. Or I should say, that's what resilience is. If you keep attacking it and you become more comfortable with the small little discomforts, over time, you're gonna get confident. You're gonna get confident, okay? Literally, like you're gonna be so confident, like, yeah, that I'm used to being uncomfortable. Like I'm used to people talking crap about me. I'm used to people judging me. I'm used to people doubting me. I'm used to it being hard. I'm used to being the new guy in town. Whatever it is, right? Like you start to become confident in your journey because you're being resilient in your actions every single day. So take small actions so that you can stay progressive over time and commit. So when the opportunity comes, you, my friend, are in luck. Period. And this is something that I really want to embrace in change and growth because I see it in, not in me, but I could honestly say in somebody that's really close to me. I don't really want to put them out there because they're probably gonna watch because they're super supportive to my life and I'm super grateful for them. But like a lot of the times on our journey of trying to change and grow, we're like so hungry. We're so like even I spent all those years, but now I owe myself like to commit and really see growth in my life. And a lot of the times, my friends, we can forget to celebrate ourselves, to enjoy life, to be present. Guys, nothing in this life is promised. Not even tomorrow. Not even the next second. Not even, no matter if you're listening to this right now, where you're on the road and you're driving somewhere to go somewhere or whatever it is that you're doing. Nothing is promised. The next moment isn't promised. The only thing that's promised is this moment right now. And when you start to live with that mentality, okay, one, you start to enjoy the process, you start to enjoy your life, but you also start to be intentional and be present in your life. And what happens when you're present and you're enjoying the moment, you see opportunities, because a lot of times we're so like stressed and like trying to stay committed, trying to make sure that we're being consistent, trying to make sure that it looks like yesterday, trying to make sure that we don't care about what people think, trying to make sure that we're prepared, trying to make sure that we got the funds for whatever's next, right? And we lose ourselves in the moment and we miss moments in the moment. And then we don't even celebrate the moments that are like milestones of growth. Like, for example, going back to being judged, we get judged and we're like, so hard on ourselves when like we should be celebrating that, because nobody was judging you before when you were in your discomfort. I mean, when you were in your comfort zone, nobody was judging you when you were doing the things that you were doing before this, consistently not growing and not changing. But now that you're growing and changing, people are judging you and you want to be hard on yourself and you want to go harder. Yes, go harder, but like celebrate. It's important to celebrate. I find that like people tend to forget to celebrate, and it creates like a baggage on us, and it creates a weight, and it creates a level of stress, and we don't need stress and weight. We need clarity and flow state and like energy. Okay, we're all at energy. We need positivity. Absolutely, I'm with that. Like, I'm all for this. Health builds wealth. Let's own our health and let's own our wealth. Let's do it. Okay, let's normalize working hard and committing and staying consistent and being persistent and resilience. Let's do it. But understand that nothing is promised, and the only thing that's promised right now is this present moment. That's the only thing that's promised. So doing the best that you can in the present moment, and just being present in the moment. That's gonna bring you so much relief. That's gonna bring you so much clarity. That's gonna bring you so much peace as you're just flowing in the moment. Like, right now, what can I do? For example, like, I didn't have the right aesthetics for this podcast, but like right now, what can I do? I'm gonna do the best that I can with what I got, and I'm gonna be present, and I'm gonna show up, and I'm gonna enjoy it, and I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna look good, because if the aesthetics can't look good, I'm gonna be the aesthetics, and I'm gonna look good, and I'm gonna have fun with it, right? And whatever happens in this moment, I'm gonna embrace it and have fun with it, and that's really important. And that's something that I had to learn, because I used to move so fast, and I used to be like, what's next? I used to like literally in the moment try to manifest me being where I wanted to be. Like, I would try to change my location in my mind, and what happens is I'm missing out of the moment that's in front of me that has so much opportunity, like life, so much life in front of me, because I want to be at my success level already, and that's going to come with time, right? But time is not up to us, and time is not promised. So I was like, why am I fixating on something that is not even promised, that is not even here yet, and that is like not promised? It's just not. What's promised is right now. So it's the action that I take right now, being the best that I can right now, being present that I can right now, enjoying what I can right now, celebrating what I can right now, showing up at what I can right now. That's what's important. That is how you become better. That is how you grow. That is how you embrace your journey. That is how you how it becomes like luck. Like, when people are like, "Oh, you lucky," or like, no, it's like that's the work. Okay, that's the work that happens. You being in the moment and enjoying it and embracing it. Okay, um, it's important. It's just important. It's something that I had to learn the hard way. So I just want to share it with you guys, because people didn't tell me these things. I had to learn it the hard way, and I'm like, yo, what race am I in? Like, girl, slow down, enjoy this moment. Like, I'll be in front of family, and I'm like texting, trying to do other things, trying to prepare for yesterday, and it's like, who knows if I'm gonna get this moment with my family again? Who knows I'm gonna get this moment of where I am right now. Who knows if I'm gonna even live to experience this all? Nobody. It's not. It's important. So I just want to definitely embrace celebrating yourself, being present with yourself, having fun with yourself, having fun with the process and the journey of change and growth, because it can be uncomfortable and ugly and depressing and discouraging and lonely. That's the whole point, for you to grow and for you to get stronger and for you to get more resilient and more confident that, yeah, I went through the ugly moments. Yeah, I am present, even though you don't even know what I'm cooking up, and you don't even know what I'm cooking up. Yeah, that's the mentality. You start to walk in that, and when you start to take those actions and walk in it, people start to feel it. Like, you ever walking somewhere and you just know somebody's like super intentional or just super like owning their health and their wealth, like you just know. It's because they've went through the process. Yeah, they did. All these things that we're talking about, they went through the process. That's what it looks like. Being okay with judgment is not easy. It's not easy. And I know it's not easy. And that's why I wanted to really touch on this, because I don't think people talk about this enough. It's not easy. It doesn't feel good. It could feel lonely. It could feel dark. It could feel like uncertain. But when you start to see those little signs, just know that you're progressing and you're growing and you're changing and you're aligning with the things that you want. Celebrate yourself, embrace yourself, because that's what builds confidence. That is what's going to build the confidence for you to keep going. It's not going to be motivation that's going to push you on the days that are hard. It's going to be the confidence in you and knowing in your journey, like, hold up, nah, like, I'm gonna show up because I know where I'm going. I know what I'm doing, and I know that somebody the other day was just judging me. I'm progressing. I'm not about to let up right now. And I know the universe woke me up today, and I got this moment right now to get up and do the best that I can. That that's what's gonna build that confidence for you. And it's also the price of transformation, right? You got to pay a price. Nothing in this world is free. Nothing in this world is free. So you're going to have to pay the price for what it is that you want. And it's going to be it's going to be uncomfortableness in every aspect. And that is why it's so important to be intentional and to attack each aspect of your life with relationships, your mental, and your spirituality, the way you eat, your activity, your environment, and your finances, because those are all going to help you transform into owning your health and your wealth.